The twin flame journey is one of the most enigmatic and spiritually transformative experiences a soul can encounter. It is a connection unlike any other, so profound, so intense, that it can awaken parts of yourself you never knew existed. At its core, the twin flame connection is the meeting of two souls who share the same energetic blueprint, split at the origin of creation. When these two parts reunite in the earthly realm, the magnetic pull is undeniable. It feels as though you have come home, even if you cannot rationalize why. And yet, as beautiful and life-changing as this connection is, it also brings forward a deep confrontation with the self. For many twin flames, the connection triggers an emotional storm, forcing both individuals to look within, face their fears, heal their traumas, and evolve spiritually. This intensity often leads to what is commonly known as the runner-chaser dynamic. The runner is the one who pulls away, feeling overwhelmed by the connection, while the chaser holds on, determined to understand and honor the bond. Though this dynamic is painful for both sides, today I want to explore the emotional landscape of the runner, what they feel when they reject their twin flame, and why they behave the way they do. At a glance, the runner may appear cold, distant, or uncaring, but this is far from the truth. The act of rejecting a twin flame is often not rooted in malice or indifference, but in fear, confusion, and deep unresolved wounds. Beneath their exterior lies a soul that is struggling, one that loves fiercely but feels unworthy, unprepared, or unable to fully accept this connection. Understanding how the runner feels is an essential part of the twin flame journey. It sheds light on the inner turmoil that drives their actions, helping you to cultivate compassion, patience, and, most importantly, faith. By the end of this video, you will see that the runner's rejection is not a denial of the bond, but a reflection of their own personal battle. A battle that, once won, can lead to an eventual reunion and spiritual transformation for both twin flames. To truly grasp how the runner feels, it is essential to understand the sheer magnitude of what they are experiencing. The twin flame connection is unlike any relationship one has ever encountered. It is all-consuming, profound, and deeply transformative. For the runner, this intensity can feel like standing in the middle of a powerful storm, with emotions swirling so strongly that they no longer feel grounded or in control. At the very moment the twin flames meet, there is an undeniable energetic recognition. It feels like a spark that ignites something dormant within the soul. For many, this spark brings joy and an overwhelming sense of completeness. But for the runner, this very spark can trigger a deep existential unease. They may question why they feel so strongly about someone they may have just met. The connection doesn't follow the logical, linear path of ordinary relationships. It transcends time and space, and that in itself can feel terrifying. The runner often feels as though their sense of self is dissolving in the presence of their twin flame. The love is so raw, so unfiltered, that it pierces through every defense mechanism they've built to protect themselves. For someone who has spent years suppressing their emotions or shielding their heart, this is overwhelming. They may feel exposed, vulnerable, and out of their depth. The connection forces them to confront their innermost fears, fears they may have buried for years. This level of emotional intensity can trigger a flight response, as the runner instinctively pulls away to regain their sense of safety and control. In rejecting their twin flame, the runner is not rejecting love itself, but the emotional turbulence that comes with it. They may not yet have the tools or emotional maturity to process what is happening, and so, in their confusion, they push the connection away. This rejection is rarely about the twin flame as an individual. Instead, it is about the runner's inability to face what the connection is awakening within them. One of the most significant emotions the runner experiences when they reject their twin flame is the fear of losing their sense of self. The twin flame connection has a way of mirroring back everything you are, the good, the bad, and the unresolved. For the runner, this can feel like their entire identity is being shattered. Imagine spending years constructing who you think you are, your beliefs, your habits, your persona, only for someone to come into your life and awaken parts of you that you have long suppressed. The twin flame acts as a mirror, reflecting not just the beautiful aspects of your soul, but also the shadows you've ignored. For the runner, this mirror can be unbearable. They may see their insecurities, fears, and unhealed wounds laid bare in a way they never have before. It is as though the twin flame strips away every illusion they've created about themselves. The runner often fears that this connection will consume them completely. They may feel as though they are losing control over their life, their decisions, and their emotions. This fear of losing themselves can lead them to reject the connection, believing that distance will help them reclaim their autonomy. Ironically, this attempt to run from the twin flame only deepens their inner conflict. The more they try to deny the connection, the more they feel its pull. In truth, the twin flame connection does not strip you of your identity. It transforms it. It forces you to shed the false layers of yourself so you can align with your higher self, the truest version of who you are. But for the runner, this transformation feels like death. They grieve the loss of who they once were, even if that version of themselves was rooted in pain or limitation. It is a process of surrender, and surrender is often the hardest thing for a soul that has spent years holding on tightly to control. At the heart of the runner's rejection lies their unresolved emotional wounds. The twin flame connection is a catalyst for deep healing, and healing often begins by exposing what is broken. For the runner, the presence of their twin flame triggers every unhealed part of their soul: past traumas, childhood wounds, fears of abandonment, and feelings of unworthiness. Many runners carry pain that they have suppressed for years, often without realizing it. This pain might stem from childhood experiences, past relationships, or societal conditioning. When they meet their twin flame, this dormant pain is brought to the surface. The love they feel is so pure and unconditional that it challenges every belief they hold about themselves. If the runner has spent years believing they are unworthy of love, the connection will feel like an attack on their core identity. They may question, why would someone so incredible love someone like me? The twin flame's love acts as a mirror to their pain, forcing them to confront the wounds they have avoided. This confrontation is not easy. For someone who has spent their life numbing or avoiding their emotions, the sudden flood of feelings can be paralyzing. The runner may reject their twin flame as a defense mechanism, believing that if they can create distance, they will no longer have to feel this pain. But what the runner often doesn't realize is that this pain was always there, buried beneath the surface. The twin flame did not create it, they simply illuminated it. Rejecting the connection may temporarily dull the intensity, but it does not heal the wound. In many cases, the runner experiences even greater emotional suffering after pulling away. They feel the absence of their twin flame deeply, but their fear of confronting their inner pain keeps them from returning. Vulnerability is one of the most challenging aspects of the twin flame journey, and it is often what the runner fears most. The twin flame connection demands a level of openness and emotional honesty that many are not prepared for. To love your twin flame fully, you must be willing to strip away your defenses and allow yourself to be seen completely, flaws, fears, and all. For the runner, this level of vulnerability can feel terrifying. Many runners have spent their lives building walls around their hearts, believing that these walls protect them from pain. They may have been hurt in the past, betrayed, or abandoned, leading them to associate vulnerability with weakness. When they meet their twin flame, these walls begin to crumble. The connection requires them to open their hearts in a way they never have before, and for the runner, this feels like walking into battle without armor. The runner fears that if they allow themselves to be fully seen, they will be rejected or hurt. They may think, what if I show them who I truly am, and they don't love me anymore? This fear of rejection often causes the runner to reject first. By pulling away, they believe they are protecting themselves from potential pain. But in doing so, they only create more suffering, for themselves and for their twin flame. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is the foundation of true love and connection. The twin flame journey teaches both individuals that to love deeply, you must be willing to risk being seen. For the runner, this lesson often comes after they have spent time in isolation, reflecting on their actions and realizing that their fear of vulnerability has kept them from experiencing the love they truly desire. Perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of the runner's experience is the love they feel for their twin flame. It is easy to assume that the runner's rejection means they do not care, but this could not be further from the truth. In reality, the runner often loves their twin flame so deeply that it terrifies them. They may not have the words or the emotional capacity to express this love, so instead, they choose to suppress it. The runner's love for their twin flame is profound, but it is also accompanied by fear. They may fear losing their twin flame, fear hurting them, or fear not being enough for them. This fear often causes the runner to act in ways that appear contradictory to their feelings. They may push their twin flame away, cut off communication, or act as though they do not care. But beneath this facade lies a heart that is longing for connection. The runner often feels immense guilt and shame for rejecting their twin flame. They know, on some level, that the connection is special, but they feel unworthy of it. They may think, I love them too much to drag them into my chaos, or they deserve someone better than me. This self-sabotaging belief prevents the runner from fully embracing the connection, even though their heart yearns for it. Over time, the runner begins to realize that running from their twin flame does not diminish the love they feel. The connection remains, no matter how far they try to go. This realization often sparks a period of deep reflection, where the runner begins to confront their fears and heal the wounds that have kept them from embracing love. The journey of a twin flame is not a straight line, but a labyrinth of growth, healing, and self-discovery. While the runner's rejection may feel like the severing of a sacred bond, it is, in truth, an integral part of the greater plan that the universe has set in motion. It is during these moments of separation that the most profound lessons are learned, not just for the runner, but for the one who remains steadfast in the connection as well. For the runner, the act of pulling away initiates a journey into the depths of their soul, a solitary path where they are called to confront their fears, rediscover their inner truths, and embrace their authentic self. While this process can feel isolating and disorienting, it is through this solitude that the runner learns to reconcile the overwhelming love they feel for their twin flame with their own evolving identity. In time, they come to realize that running was never truly about escaping their twin flame, but about escaping the parts of themselves they were not yet ready to face. For the one left behind, the chaser, it is vital to recognize that this rejection is not a measure of their worth, nor is it a reflection of the love shared. The twin flame connection transcends earthly notions of validation and approval. It is an infinite bond rooted in the very essence of the soul. When one half of the connection pulls away, the other is called to channel their focus inward, cultivating patience, unconditional love, and an unwavering trust in the divine timing of their reunion. The twin flame journey is deeply transformative because it challenges both individuals to grow into the highest versions of themselves. Every step along the path, whether together or apart, serves a purpose. The separation phase, painful as it may be, allows each soul to expand, heal, and prepare for the intensity of union. When the runner has done the inner work required to reconcile their fears and embrace the connection fully, they often return with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose, ready to honor the sacred bond they once resisted. It is also worth noting that the twin flame journey is not solely about romantic union. It is a journey of self-mastery and spiritual evolution. The ultimate purpose of this connection is to align with one's higher self and fulfill one's soul mission, whether that mission unfolds together or apart. The love between twin flames is eternal and unbreakable, existing beyond the constraints of time and space. This truth remains even when the earthly dynamics of the connection feel strained or distant. For those on this journey, the most empowering realization is that the twin flame path is not about waiting, but about becoming. Every moment, whether in connection or separation, is an opportunity to align more deeply with love, truth, and purpose. By focusing on personal growth and surrendering to the divine flow of the journey, twin flames can find peace in the understanding that their paths are unfolding exactly as they are meant to. In the end, the twin flame connection is a testament to the boundless nature of love, a love so powerful that it dismantles illusions, heals wounds, and transforms lives. It is a reminder that love, in its purest form, is not about possession or control, but about growth, surrender, and unity. Whether together or apart, twin flames remain forever connected, their souls intertwined in a dance that spans lifetimes. Trust in this truth and let it guide you as you walk this extraordinary path. The twin flame journey is not for the faint of heart, but for those who embrace it. It is a journey that leads to profound self-discovery, spiritual awakening, and the ultimate realization of love in its most divine and eternal form.